Guys, for math today, we're going to be doing some big, long division. We're going to be dividing numbers up in the 10,000s, and you're going to need a lot of extra space and paper for this, so get ready for that. April Fools, totally kidding, not going to do that. We are going to be continuing to work with fractions and multiplying fractions today, so don't worry about any of that crazy division stuff. We're not doing that. That was a little April Fool's joke for you. We're going to review really quickly what we know about fractions and multiplying fractions by other fractions, or then like whole numbers or mixed numbers. So then tomorrow when we do our little checkpoint review on GoFormative, you guys have kind of got this fresh in your brain as well. So if you remember, when we multiply two fractions together like this, we end up getting a fraction that is smaller than both of the fractions or both of the factors in the problem. So like 3/8 is less than 1/2 and 3/8 is less than 3/4. So when I multiply two fractions together, the product or the answer is going to be smaller than both of the numbers I used to multiply. Okay? When I multiply a fraction by, say, a whole number, remember a whole number, I can just put it over 1. Now I have 2 over 1, which is 2 wholes, right? So I can still multiply it just like I would fractions, but it's going to give me a slightly different answer. So when I multiply 2/3 times 2, I end up getting 4/3. When we simplify that out, I get 1 and 1/3. Now, if I think of 1 and 1/3 and 2/3, 1 and 1/3 is bigger. But if I think about 1 and 1/3 and the number 2, 2 is bigger. So when I'm multiplying a fraction times a whole number, my product or my answer is going to be somewhere kind of in between the two. So if I put these all on a number line, I would have 2/3 down here, 1 and 1/3 would be somewhere kind of in the middle, and 2 would be up near the top, right? So my product ends up in between the two. Okay. Same thing goes for if I were multiplying by a mixed number. So for example, not an equal sign. So for example, if I were multiplying 2/3 times 1 and 1/2, first thing I want to do is I want to convert my mixed number into a improper fraction. So 2/3 would become 2 3/2, just like that. And now I can multiply 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, check that out. 1 whole. Now, if I were to do the same thing where I put those all on a number line together, 2/3 would be kind of near the bottom. My answer, 1, would be right in the middle, and then 1 and 1/2 is bigger than 1. So it looks a little bit like this. Again, my product or my answer is in between both of the numbers I multiplied together. So just as a quick overview of that, when I'm multiplying two fractions, my product is smaller than both fractions. When I multiply a whole number or a mixed number, my answer, my product, is going to be in between the two numbers I used to multiply. So hopefully that's a good little overview for you. A quick review. If you need to rewatch that, go ahead and do that. Look for another video on YouTube if that's helpful, or send me an email if you have questions. Your assignment today is I actually created a few problems for you where I don't want you to solve the problem. I just want you to tell me where you think the number falls. Is it going to be greater than greater than the factors? Is it going to be smaller? Is it going to be in between? Where is it going to be? How do you know? Things like that. So there'll be a couple questions. If you want to solve the problems, you're more than welcome to, but you don't have to. The whole point is that we're understanding kind of like estimating, we're understanding where's my answer going to be before I even solve it. So actually, I take that all back. I don't want you to solve the problem at all. Scratch that part. Don't solve it at all. I just want you to tell me where it will be. Will it be greater than, less than, equal to, somewhere in the middle than those other numbers? So that's your assignment today. It should be up and ready for you on Seesaw, so go ahead and get started on that. Send me an email if you have questions. Good luck. Oops.